Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Saturday, March 9th, 2019. Not a bad day here at the homestead. I think we actually hit like 41 degrees. So if you can see on the top here, I had a lot of stuff melting off of the top of the house. And not a bad day. Earlier today, a lot of sunshine. Really, really clear blue skies earlier today. And now, okay, so here we go. Now I'm supposed to believe that this is completely normal. Here's the plane over here. Let me move so you guys can see it. So here's the plane, and here's the line behind them. That is not normal. I don't care what anybody has to say. Here's another line of stuff from earlier. And there's another one from earlier. And you can see another one over there. I mean, literally today we had clear blue skies. Nothing. I'm going to kick this around here again so you can see that. We had clear blue skies, nothing around at all, and now we, got them doing that. Now it's more overcast. But anyway, so not a bad day. I'm ready for the snow to really get melting. It's starting to melt a little bit. Let me kick this around here so you can see on top. Most of the snow is now gone. It melted off. A lot of it did today because of the weather, which was good. We had a bunch above the door, and that all came down when I was out and about earlier today. All right, so we're gonna jump into the topic. I'm sorry I got going on about the weather, but it's like I'm like so ready for warm weather and to get going with being getting projects going. Let's just put it like that. I had somebody ask me, it's like 2 weeks ago. We were right in the middle of one of those really cold snaps. And he said, what projects you got going on right now? And I'm thinking to myself, really? Not a whole lot of projects you can do when you can't really get outside to do them because of foul weather. But as soon as things get melting off here, and like I said, I think this might over here be my first project that I'm going to actually work on. So we're going to talk about in today's video, now that we're actually to that point, sorry. I talked a little bit about what was enough, what would be the breaking point. And I just wanted to talk about, the American people. And, we got a lot more advantage over a lot of the rest of the world. Like somebody was saying, like the tax rate over in Europe and different countries is so ridiculously high. And they pay a ton for, gasoline and everything like that. And their taxes they're just taxed to death, okay? And they're trying to do the same thing here in the United States. And I think it was, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what state it was. I'm trying to think. It was Ohio that the governor was trying to do a 45 cents a gallon increase on the gas tax, stating that, well, gasoline is cheap. Well, it's not always going to be cheap. I mean, we've had a more expensive gas here in the past, and they've kept it down right now for a reason. And it's just a matter of time before they jack the prices up again. So, for them to try to add another tax on for the to gasoline, and they're just kind of continuously trying to make up for shortfalls. And somebody was talking about with New York, that we get heavily taxed in New York, but our roads are really good and the schools are really good and yada yada yada. Well, let's talk about the schools again for a second. I have a son with autism, which the school system miserably failed my son, okay? Absolutely, it's horrible how badly they failed my son, to the point where I pulled him out, this year he didn't go back to school. So he was 17, so I couldn't pull him out in the middle of school year. After he turned 16, they said he had to finish up the school year. Now you got to remember, if anybody really has been watching my channel for any length of time knows, that the last 2 years I've had a tutor coming to the house for my son, and he worked with Eddie here at home. Okay, great guy, liked the guy, very nice guy, but there wasn't a whole lot that he could really work with Eddie on because Eddie just wouldn't do certain things, and so there was no place for him to go where he could get the proper help that he needed, because the schools are just not equipped to deal with autistic kids and the wide spectrum of autistic kids. And so, when people say, "Oh, well, you guys got like great schools up here," our schools in the north are definitely better than schools in the south. Okay, but when you have now, I just watched a thing the other day, and it was actually a video on YouTube, and it was 35 times 12, which is a very, very easy multiplication. Okay, and they were showing the Common Core way of doing it, which was absolutely ridiculous. And if you did not follow the Common Core way of doing it, you were marked wrong. So, it's like, realistically, it's something that you could do in your head very, very easily. And doing it the Common Core way is just lunacy. Why have all those extra steps for no reason? It just doesn't make any sense. It's actually very stupid, in my opinion. The dumbing down of the nation, it's the school systems are a mess. Like I said, the taxes are high, and I'm not trying to whine. I'm not trying to whine at all. I'm just saying the American people are seeing what's happening, and people are getting fed up. There's a town, I think it was in West Virginia, and I just saw this recently as well, and I believe it was the state of West Virginia, and if I'm wrong, please tell me. They pulled all these people out of these houses for low-income housing and moved them to a different location, tore down all the houses, were building brand new houses for a bunch of Somali refugees, giving them brand new housing and all that type of stuff on our dime. The taxpayer, and I say our dime, I mean the taxpayer's dime. And I'm like, really? How does that work? And of course it was going to be, a Sharia zone where, the normal average American citizen would not be allowed in there because, heaven forbid that we think differently than they do with, what their things are. What people need to understand, and I actually was recently called in a video a racist because I said something anti-Muslim, which I think that's a very nice way, it's like the way that people are doing it. Anything that you disagree with or anything that you have questions about, then you're automatically labeled a racist because of it. Now I'm going to tell you what, I have nothing against Muslims, okay? But there is a mandation in their tenet of what they do. They are allowed to lie to infidels, which anybody that is a non-Muslim is an infidel. They have a game plan. They want to enact their Sharia law on everybody. And, we are garbage, so, and it's okay, and I'm not saying anything completely off base or anything like that. I'm saying exactly what they're, it's okay to rape and murder, non-Muslims because we are the infidels. And I just, I think people need to wake up and realize that we're having an invasion. When you have the, average citizenry that, is being responsible with raising children and will have 2, maybe 3 children. And then you have a group of people that come over here and they bang out 8, 9, 10 kids because it's a soft invasion and they're just going to breed us out, And they have, and I'm sorry, but anybody in any religion, and I don't care what religion it is, that marries little girls, and when I say little girls, I'm talking 7, 8, 9-year-old little girls to grown men, that is disgusting. They are child molesters. They are pedophiles. I don't care if it's part of your religion. That is disgusting. So, it's disgusting and it's sick. And like I said, even the Prophet Muhammad, what do you have? Was she 6 or 7 years old? Wife? I mean, come on. That's disgusting. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, that was a long time ago and blah, blah, blah. They still do it today, guys. These Muslim countries, they are still marrying little girls off the grown men, and then these sickos do whatever they want to them. It's a very, very blatant form of child abuse. And if I'm anti-Muslim because I have that stance on that, well, then I guess I'm anti-Muslim, because anybody that does anything to a little girl or a little boy, I have an issue with. And I'm going to tell you what, go listen to the stories of some of the soldiers, guys. Go talk to the soldiers that were over in Afghanistan, and how they had, these different tribal leaders, that it was very, very normal for them to rape little boys and do all that type of stuff, and that was okay. No. I'm going to tell you what, good thing I wasn't there, because I'd have taken care of some business. Because I don't care if my commander said, stand down, If somebody was doing something to a child, I would not stand down. I couldn't do it. So somebody would pay a consequences, and it would be a heavy consequence for something like that. So, when is enough? When are the American people going to say, you know what, I'm not tolerating this nonsense? And it's got to come to a point. I mean, if these people, and here's the thing that kills me. A lot of these people from these Muslim nations hate our guts. So if you hate us so much, why do you want to come here? And then you want us to assimilate to you. That's not how it works in America. If you're going to come to America, you learn the language, you learn, you integrate into our society. We had in Scottsville, New York, which is a town outside of Rochester, and this was not that many years ago, and it was a Muslim family, and the girls started acting more Americanized because now they're in America, they have freedom. And the father, I think he cut one of their heads off, and he was justified. He was justified in his mind. It was an honor killing. I mean, this kind of nonsense with these people with their mindset. What is that? And we're sick, and we have a problem. I mean, I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm not going to. If my daughter embarrasses me or shames me in some way, I'm not going to kill my daughter. Okay? People are sick, man. I mean, it is a sick, sick freaking world, and. To me, the whole thing with, and they tell you right exactly what they want to do. This is the thing that kills me about that whole thing. So my thing is, when are Americans going to have enough of that? When are Americans going to say, I'm not dealing with this crap anymore. I'm not putting up with it. I'm not tolerating it. And like I said, as soon as you speak out against it or anything to that effect, then you are labeled a racist, which is, and it's ridiculous, because you have an opinion that is different, or you actually use your brain and say, you know what, something's wrong here, something's not right here, then you're a horrible racist person because you speak up. We got enough problems in this country already, and and I had somebody say to me in a comment recently, well, I didn't know what I was talking about because illegal aliens are not getting a free ride and blah, 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 and all this type of stuff. Well, guess what, guys? I think I might know what I'm talking about. I live in New York, where the governor has just passed it that illegal aliens, people that are here illegally, can go to college, and we're going to pay for it. Now, you explain to me how ridiculous that law is, okay? I don't get it. I truly, truly don't get it. And then we just sit around here and we continue to take it and take it and take it. So, when's enough, America? When are we going to stand up? And I think that we need to let our congressmen know, let our senators know that they need to start speaking up for the American people, not for illegal immigrants, not for these supposed refugees that are coming over here and want us to conform to their way of living. No, it doesn't work like that. And if they can't deal with it, then go live in a Muslim country where you can, do with all the nonsense that you guys want to pull and do over there, and continue to hate America. Good luck to you. So, and it's already started. I mean, it's already started. We got, the two Muslim congressmen now, and, and what's the first thing that the one says? It's just, the whole anti-Semitism thing and everything else, it's insane. So, anyway, guys, I definitely want to hear your feedback on this. I want to hear what you have to say. I had somebody mention to me in a comment, and I did reply to him. He says, well, you asked for our feedback, he says, and then you never replied to any of the questions. When I'm getting inundated every day, guys, with a tremendous amount of questions, I get a lot of emails that I have not really been great at responding to. There's a lot coming at me from a lot of different directions. And so I don't really, there's no way I can answer every question anymore. I did for a long time. But once I reach a certain level of subscribers, it's impossible. There's just no way you can. So that's why I like to do the live chats, because that way I can interact with people and talk with people that way. So that's the way I can try to answer questions. It's better if you really want a question answered or something, come on into the live chat and do it that way. I try to get to as many as I can that way, and it makes it. And I'll tell you what, the hour in the live chat goes by really, really fast. So anyway, want to hear your feedback on this topic, guys. When are we done? When is America? When are we going to put our foot down and get on our congressmen and get on our senators and say, this nonsense needs to stop. You represent us, and you're not doing what we want. So that would be my question, okay? Guys, remember, we are all in this together. Stay focused, stay, positive, and you will be fine. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there, guys, is yourself. Nobody else can stop you. They really can't. So stay focused and you'll be fine. And hang in there, okay? I will talk to you all tomorrow. Live chat tomorrow night. I'm not sure what the topic is going to be yet, but we'll figure something out, okay? And I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.